opinionated type of child, like kind of like, oh, I don't like that, or like, something about that seems wrong, and I would like voice my opinion on that.
I think at the same time, it's like, girl, you don't know what they got going on, and
Exactly.
they could be broke too.
But they're
as a kid, like I remember growing up, I'd be like, I'm not having no kids.
Yeah.
But like I feel like as I've gotten older, now I'm like, okay, I do want kids. I definitely know that I'm gonna be having kids before I get out my 20s. Your worth is not tied to what you have.
It's
like,
who you are.
It's who you are.
Because at the end of the day, you can have the best apartment, the best car, the best house, but if you are a terrible person.
Hey y'all, welcome to Quiet on Purpose podcast, the podcast for real girls with real opinions. I'm Ariana and she's Deja, and welcome to season 2, episode 2. So today, I know our last episode was kiki, haha, but we wanted to slow it down a little bit, and we kind of just want to talk about being in our 20s, you know, what we thought it would look like, expectations versus reality, and we just want to talk and we want to hear from you guys. So I think starting out, I'm 24,
I'm 28,
so we kind of got a little, you know, a little bit of both. I'm kind of going towards the middle,
and I'm about to leave my 20s,
so we're just gonna talk. So I think for me, I feel like my 20s are kind of going, like, I don't think they're bad, I don't think they're like, they probably could be better, but I think that's with everything. But I don't really feel like in my head, like I ever had a plan, like, oh, these are going to be my 20s. Like in my 20s, I'm going to do this, this, and this. Like, because I always used to be like, as a kid, like I remember growing up, I'd be like, I'm not having no kids. But like, I feel like as I've gotten older, now I'm like, okay, I do want kids. I definitely know that I'm going to be having kids before I get out my 20s. But as far as like where I feel like I should be or where I thought I would be, I feel like I always just really wanted to get my degree. I got that. And I feel like for the most part, I'm hard on myself, but I think that I have to take a step back and be like, girl, you're literally fine. Like, you know, for your age, you're doing fine.
I feel like for me, I thought my 20s was going to be one man to the next man, dates, shopping trips, out with my friends, out the country, traveling, living with my friends. Like, I really thought I was going to be in living single. Like, we live in an apartment together. We, like, talk about dates. We got men coming up to our doors, like, big rendezvous. But as far as kids and stuff, I never thought about that. I was like, I'm not having kids till I'm, like, 30. That's still the plan. I'm not having my first child till I'm 30. So I feel like for me, it's kind of like, I've done some of that stuff. I've traveled, I've dated. I've never lived with a friend. Now I am like, I would never live.
Girl,
I would never live with my friend. College showed me, do not live with your friends.
No,
like,
don't.
If you want to save that friendship,
don't live with your friends.
Don't live with them. But I do feel like my 20s have been fun. Like, and I'm ending them. I feel like the early 20s, I was kind of like going through a breakup. I was in a relationship, breaking up, figuring out who I was. I was like so tied to that person that I kind of forgot who I was. So like that's what the mid-20s were, like discovering who is Deja, figuring out what I like, who I am without being in a relationship, and also being okay with not being in a relationship. I feel like when we're kids, we're always like so obsessed with being in a relationship and being with somebody that you kind of feel like that's what the plan should be. And then when you're not in it, it's like, wait, am I missing something? But when I hit like 26, I was like, wait a minute, I'm having a ball. I got money. Like,
big girl money.
Making big girl money. I could go out with my friends. I can go out the country. I can just randomly on a Wednesday be like, I want to go out for a drink. Like, it's like, that's when I started realizing, like, girl, you grown and you're single. You're really in your prime. Like, live it up. And I feel like 28, 29, as I'm leaving my 20s, I'm about to have a ball, y'all. Like, I'm about to have so much fun. Y'all gonna be like, chill out. But I'm like, no, babe.
This is
the party just began.
I feel like that's so good because, like, I also relate to that, like, early 20s. Like, when I was 18, 19, like, I got into a relationship. And it was, like, a serious relationship. Like, I dated this person until I was 22. So it's like, I definitely relate to, you know, just being so tied into this relationship and caught up into this relationship. Like that was just me. Like that was almost like that was my identity. And like I didn't know who Ariana was. So to the point where it was like when that relationship ended, it was like, dang, like I really don't know who I am because I was trying to be a wife.
Yeah.
I was trying to be a wife at 19 years old. And it's like, girl, you should have been living your life. Which, don't get me wrong, like I don't regret it. I think it definitely taught me a lot about who I am. And about like, you know, moving forward, like what I'm going to tolerate, what I'm not going to tolerate.
Yeah.
So I think it was a little bit of both. Like, yeah, I hate that for me at the same time because it's like, girl, that's when you should have been, you know, figuring yourself out. But then at the same time, it's like, but I feel like I needed that to grow.
Yeah. Like if you didn't have that season, you kind of would probably be now in your mid-20s like, wait, who am I now?
Right.
It's like I already experienced, like I know what it's like to be a girlfriend and give my all, and I know what it's like to be single, and now you're back in a relationship and it's healthy, stable, so it's like you've been through that.
Right, because that's like the ultimate, like, you know, I feel like in a relationship, y'all should be each other's best friends, but it's like y'all are still two different people.
Yeah.
Like we shouldn't be everything to each other. Like I feel like, you know, I have a life outside of him, he has a life outside of me. Like we don't need to be working together, living together. Like I see you 24 days, 24 hours out the 24 hours. Like I shouldn't see you all the time. And I think it's okay. Like at the end of the day, I still want to be Ariana.
And you be, I like that because I think sometimes we get so wrapped up in a person, and I think that's why a lot of times a lot of people like go through this I regretted my 20s stage,
right?
Because either you're wrapped up in a relationship or you're wrapped up in friends, and you kind of forget to just like be who you are. But like I kind of had an isolation season, so I feel like that was really the season where I was kind of like, yeah, you're a bit opinionated, you talk a lot, you are weird, you're kind of a nerd, but also like you're really fun, you're a ball of energy. I think before that, I really like how yesterday you were just like, oh, I admire that about you, that you're so outgoing, you can make friends. And I told you, like, a lot of people, like, a lot of my old friends do not think that about me. And it's just so weird because, like, whenever I hear people say stuff like, you know, it's not easy for you to make friends. And I be like, really? Because it really is. But they still associate with that old version of me who was kind of, like, more quiet because I was in a relationship with somebody who, in a way, I allowed them to take the shine. So I would always kind of, like, take the back road and be like, it's fine. Like, they... You know, but now, like, I'm like, no, babe, I'm a ball of energy. I love talking to people. Like, it's just a thing for me. Like, we just go to people and I'm just like, I just want to know about them. Like,
that's good. Do you feel like social media kind of plays a part into, like, being 20s and stuff? Like, I feel like a lot of us feel like we're behind in a way. Do you feel like social media plays a part in that?
I definitely think so. I think when you are always like scrolling on social media, you see like people who are your age and they're living these extravagant lives.
They LARPing.
Yeah, LARPing. I still don't know what it means, but yeah, they're LARPing. Even the way I said it sounds weird, but yeah, they're LARPing. They're living these extravagant lives, going on trips, buying bags and purses and penthouses, and you're kind of like, wait a minute,
girl, why am I still at home sitting here on a Friday night?
Yeah, for real. Like, wait, I can't afford to go out tonight. Like, right. But it's like, I think we also have to realize, like, social media is literally a game.
It's
like,
fake.
yes, it's very fake. Like, people curate the lives they want us to see, and I think sometimes, like, it's very detrimental to us that we grew up in this era with technology and social media because we kind of have unrealistic expectations, and then we look at our reality because. To be honest, you could feel like, oh, it's just my reality, but it's probably another girl across the
girl,
room.
You don't know.
Right.
Like, I feel like just in the world, like, we have to realize, like, the economic status of the world right now is not great.
Yeah.
So I think, if anything, it's kind of like, girl, we all struggling in a way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think social media definitely does. It's easy to compare, but I think at the same time, it's like, girl, you don't know what they got going on. And they could be broke too.
Could be broke too, but they're just making it look like they're not. Or let's not forget, a lot of these people are buying fake designer, fake things. They not really living in these penthouses. They renting them out for the day to make videos and stuff, which is crazy to me. Like, why would you rent out
a
penthouse?
LARPing, y'all.
Like, look at us right now. We in my apartment. We not renting out no penthouse to show something off. Like, look, ain't nothing on the walls.
Girl, this is real life, though.
This is real life. Like, I have a regular apartment that I have not decorated. And I think sometimes we forget, like, there are real people behind the scenes. Yes, they show us what they want us to see, but half the time it's curated. Literally, what do we do on Instagram? We curate our feed.
We post what we want y'all to see.
Yes, we post what we want people to see. We post the wins, but nobody gonna post like, man, I'm in the apartment, I ain't got no bed. I got a bed, y'all. But I'm in the apartment, I ain't got no bed. Or
they gonna post them keys in front of the door.
And I got the penthouse apartment, but yeah, ain't no bed, ain't no furniture coming for another 3 months. Which is like, hey, if you feel like your freedom and having your own space was that important,
Right.
then that's good for you. Kudos to you. Me personally, it would never be that important to have my own space, but
No.
I'm gonna be without a bed for 3
Sleeping on the
months,
floor.
for real. But I feel like that is a reality. Like a lot of us are comparing ourselves to people that really don't got it like that.
Right. And we don't even know these people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't even know these people. And I feel like it's not fair to you. It's not fair to anyone. Like, why are you, like, making yourself, why are you putting them on a pedestal and you don't even know these people?
Mm-hmm.
Like, your worth is not, what's the word? Your worth, or you're not tied to, your worth is not tied to what you have.
Mm-hmm. It's
like,
who you are.
It's
yeah.
who you are.
Because at the end of the day, you can have the best apartment, the best car, the best house, but if you are a terrible person, you're just a terrible person with nice things.
Right. And I feel like also, like, growing up, like, our parents, like, they didn't have social media like that, you know? So I feel like we say it all the time. Like, or I know I say it, like, my mom would be quick to be like, girl, like, you got it easy. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie and sit here and say that I don't have an easy life, you know what I'm saying? Or, like, I had to get it out the mud. Like, I'm not gonna say that. But at the same time, it's like, it was definitely way different back then.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, like I said, when my mama was my age, she had a child. She had me. Like, my mama had me at 19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And she had my brother at 25. So it's like, girl, you did. You had to do them other things. You had to sit it down. And I'm 24. Girl, I can't even think about having no children right now. Like, the thought of having a child right now, baby, I want to bang my head against this counter.
No, for real.
Because I got one dog, and he puts me past my limit every day.
Mm-hmm. And it's literally like, I couldn't imagine having a child because there are days when I come in this apartment and I just want to sit on the couch and just sit there, and I don't want to turn on the TV. I don't want to hear anything.
Right.
And what do I hear? Little feet pattering on the ground because they want attention. And it's just like, man, I gotta feed a dog. Can you imagine
walk the dog.
being like, I gotta feed a dog, walk a dog, and then can you imagine I gotta pick up a child, I gotta go feed this child, I gotta find an activity
dinner
for this child to do, I gotta make sure the house is clean, and then I have a husband, I gotta make sure he okay too. Like, that's is so exhausting. Like, it's a thing. Women back in that day were really doing all that in their 20s. I'm like, babe, kudos to you, because my legs would have been closed tighter than a knot. Cause leave, please.
Could not have been me.
What do you feel like in your 20s though has like surprised you the most? Like, maybe something that, like, when you grew up, you were like, wait, I really, like, this is how life really works?
Girl, them bills.
Yes.
Them bills, y'all. I can remember, like, I knew the bills was coming, but I don't think I knew the bills was coming.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was okay until I got my car.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I moved away from home at 18, you know, I had to pay rent. My dad gave me half the rent. So I really didn't have to pay that much. Because I was living in like, I was in college, so I was living in, like, student house.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't student housing, but, like, it was a student apartment. So it was off campus, but it was still, you know. So it was furnished and everything. So the rent was, like, $400, $500.
Mm-hmm.
And I was paying half of that. So that was my, you know, that was my responsibility. So that's all I had. Like, I didn't have to pay the other utilities and all that. So my car was giving me trouble at the time because I came out here with a vehicle. So praise God for that. But my car was giving me trouble, and it was time, like, I was like, okay, I'm going to have to get something else.
Yeah.
So my mama like, okay, like, you know, you get this car, like, this note is on you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, girl, okay, like, God, I want to hear that. Like, I was working at Target at the time, so, like, girl, I was making the most money I ever made in my life.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I was working.
It's not a lot, but it's
right.
a lot.
I was making $15 an hour. Like, girl, I thought it was that girl.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, girl, yes. And I think when that note came that first month, and I was like, that's how much money gotta come on my account every month for a car?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all still paying that car.
Girl. And that's how I felt too. Like, I got my car because I needed a car. I had a job, had an internship, and my friends couldn't always take me to work. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, okay, I gotta get this car. My family was like, yeah, you do need to get a car or whatever. And I'm one of them girls that, like, when I say I'm just a girl, like, I'm really just a girl. I'm not doing anything related to a car. I'm not about to figure out how to change a tire, do gas, and I don't want to go to the man on the side of the road. I hate to say it. I want to go to the dealership and just get in the car. Like, so my uncle was like, you need to get a brand new car. That was like the first time I ever had to do anything like related to credit. So of course I didn't have a high credit score. So this was like the first thing on my credit. So my uncle co-signed with me for the car. Y'all, I paid the car note like the first 2 months, but then same thing. I was like, $370 a month is a lot of money. Like, and I gotta pay this every month, and I gotta pay insurance.
Right.
Girl, I literally went like 3 months not paying my car note.
Girl, the people was coming.
I was just driving around in the car. I'm going out with my friends, buying clothes. I'm like, I'm gonna figure that car note out later, but right now, I'm not gonna keep paying y'all all that money. I don't got it. Like, right now is not the time. And so they were like calling me. I'm ignoring the calls. Y'all, my uncle co-signed on the car with me.
So that's messing up his credit.
Yeah, so it's messing up his credit. I'm not really knowing about credit like that. I'm like immature, really, low key. So he gets like a letter basically stating like if I don't pay them back, yes, they're about to come get the car. My mama called me. She going off like, oh my goodness, you got this car. You messing up your uncle credit, yada yada yada. You're so irresponsible. It's not just about you, yada yada yada. So she like, I'm about to pay this car note, but you about to pay me back when you get your refund check. I'm looking like, I already had plans for the refund check. I can't give you that check. She like, oh no, babe, you will be giving me that check. I don't know what you're gonna do. So she paid it, y'all. I give her the refund check. I remember, I love my car. I was so grateful to have it. But I remember I was legit just like, I shouldn't have got this car. I should have figured something else out. But I'm finally done paying the car note off. I did not have, after that first scare, after that first scare, them talking about they gonna repossess the car, I never let that happen again. Because I was like, hold on, I can't play myself like that. But I feel like that's really what surprised me the most. Like, no, baby, them bills coming out every month. And if you don't got the money.
If you don't got it, don't matter.
It don't matter. You better figure out how you ain't no calling them to my, hey, can I get an extension?
No.
Like, no, babe. And
they gonna say, I'll give it to the 15th.
And you be like, the 15th? I don't get paid till the 17th, the 18th. Like, I can't go past this date. What do you mean?
They don't want to hear that.
They do not want to hear that. And it's just like, y'all too serious for me. Like, I don't have time for that. But that is really what's up. And I feel like I understand, though, like, my mom being stressed out about bills. Because it's like, no, babe, whether you got it or not, the bills got to get paid.
And I honestly, like, shout out to my mama. Shout out to Fab, for real. Because, like when my mama would be, like, stressing, and she'd be like, girl, I don't have it right now. Mm-hmm. And I'll be like, girl, yes, you do. Like, and that make me feel like, that almost make me feel bad. Like, girl, I really was a brat for real. And it's like, dang, like, it really do be like that.
Or like when you go, oh, I want McDonald's, they're like, you got McDonald's money? No, I really understand, because like, do you got McDonald's money?
Not
like,
all the time.
For real. Like, I can't even afford $1 sandwich at McDonald's.
Sometimes it really do be like that.
No, for you, like, I gotta go in my house and eat. Like, I can't even play no more. Like,
I gotta cook.
I gotta go cook. I ain't cooking. I gotta go cook. And I feel like, but for me though, one thing that I do for like being in my 20s is like far better and greater than I expected. Is really the freedom. Like, I really feel like as a child, like I wasn't like extremely sheltered, but mama did not play certain stuff. So it was like some stuff I could not do, or like we would have to like kind of like we would have to sneak and do certain stuff just for me. And like some of my friends didn't have the same rules that I had. And I feel like being an adult, it's like, no way, I can come in this house whenever I want to come in this house. Like, if I don't want to clean my room today, I don't have to clean my room today. Like, if I want to eat out 5 days in a row, like, I can eat out. It's just like, wait, being an adult and having your own space,
it's definitely different. And I feel like whenever you first move out, like, you go kind of crazy. Y'all, I remember when I first moved out, one of the first things my mama told me, she was like, girl, you better not be eating out every day. Like, she literally told me that, and y'all, that's what I did. Like, gain weight for real.
Yes.
And she's like, I told her you shouldn't have been eating out every day. Mm-hmm. But like you said, the freedom, I think it really is crazy. Because like you said, like growing up, like my mama wasn't really, I wouldn't say she was strict, but she definitely like you said, some things, it was like, no, girl, you're not going to this party this late, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I definitely do agree with you on that. I think moving out, which, like, growing up, it's not like I did anything bad, or it's never like I really wanted to do bad stuff anyway. But I think, like, when I realized, like, oh, like, because I'm in school now, like, I'm in college, and it's like, oh, I can go to the bar, like, yeah. And I'm just telling my mom, like, because, like, girl, my mama don't play, like, still to this day, I got to let her know what's going on. But I'm like, hey, I'm going to the bar. And she'd be like, oh, okay, have fun, be safe. But it's like, girl, like, I don't have to ask.
Yeah,
like, I'm telling you,
yeah.
So that was, it's
a big shock for you.
Yeah.
Like, And I feel like too, this is my first time living by myself. I got my first apartment when I was 27. And it is a shock sometimes because like sometimes I'll be on the phone with my mom and I'll be like, oh, they said this, and she'll be like, okay, so what you about to do? Like, that's why I'm calling you to like, what should I do? And she like, babe, that's your apartment, like figure it out. And it's just like, hold on, this is too serious. Like
I don't know what to do.
For real, like
I need my mama. I need my mama.
And I feel like too, but like now that I'm living by myself, it kind of like, especially with me turning 30, it puts like timelines into perspective for me, because it's like I never wanted to be married before I was 30, but now that I'm about to turn 30, I'm always like, I'm about to be 30, like I'm not married, I don't have any kids, but it's also like you didn't want to be married.
That's
or
not
have
what
kids.
you wanted.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but like, so where do you feel like for you, like as far as timelines, like marriages, weddings, like?
I don't know. I feel like I said, I know for sure that I want to have kids before I'm 30. So I need to get married. Well, I'm 24, so I got whatever more years. I got these years.
6 years.
I got 6 years, y'all. So I need to be married by 27. That's what I'm going to say. I need to be married by 27 and start having babies by 28. That's what I'm going to say.
Okay, I like that. I feel like, yeah, whenever people say, I feel like, okay, because I do feel like I would like to be married by like 29, 30. I think 30 is still the age for me. Because I feel like 28, 29, like I really do feel like I'm still in my 20s. I'm still figuring it out. I want to be single and enjoy that time. But then by 30, it's like, I think it'll hit me like, you still single, babe. It's time to get married. Which, why do we put this like...
Why do we put this pressure?
Clock, yeah, this clock like, oh, I'm 30 now. Everything should get together. But yeah, like 30. And if I'm not married, I always tell people this. If I'm not married by 30, I will be either adopting a kid or having my own kid by 31, 32. Because I really do desire to be a mother. And I feel like it's different between being a baby mama and me saying I am willing to go into this on my own and have my own child.
That is different.
Like that is what I would do. Like, you know what? I really desire to be a mother. I wouldn't want to be a single mother, but if it was like it's not happening the way I want it to happen, I would go and be have my own child with myself.
I like that though. I can see that. I like that. And I think you're definitely like, I can see you doing that. Like you as a person, I can see you do
like me and my baby. Like, okay, yeah.
That's me and my girl, okay?
This is my baby. Like, listen, we rocking.
But like you said, like how we put this pressure and this timeline on it, it really goes back to social media, y'all. Because like even when you scrolling, like how we were talking about the comparison and stuff, but like even when you scrolling on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, somebody running a marathon, somebody having a baby, somebody engaged, somebody getting married, somebody just graduated, somebody bought a car. So it's really so easy to sit there and be like, I really am behind.
No, for
like
real.
It's so easy to be like, yeah.
And I always go back like, no, mama was right. It's really this phone. Like, because
No,
if I didn't have this phone, I wouldn't be able to
nothing.
see all this. Like, and also too, I feel like a big thing for me is a lot of my friends are like getting married or having kids now. And sometimes, and we're the same age. So sometimes I think that's when that like, man, am I behind? Am I like, should I be trying to be more serious about dating and stuff? But then it's like another part of me that's like, no, you don't really care about that. But I'm like, y'all, it's really the devil. Because whenever I'm in that low moment, that's when I scroll on Instagram or TikTok. Everybody is getting married, having kids. And you're just like, now I was just having this conversation yesterday. Now all of a sudden, everybody on my timeline, they got engaged, married, they had having a baby. And I'm like, come on now. But the times when I'm like, oh, I'm a young hot girl, I never see that everybody else young hot girls with me. So I really like, it's that phone.
It is that phone, y'all. But like speaking of like the devil and being hot girls, I think that's crazy.
What?
That you said that, because it really makes me think of like us. Like we've had this conversation before, like trying to find that balance, of being, well, our pastor has said this, being a hot girl versus being a holy girl. I feel like we're trying to find that balance. Because, even when she said it in church, y'all, we looked at each other, we was texting, and we was like,
I want to be a hot holy girl.
I want to be both. Like, I think we're in that season of where we're trying to find that balance because, like, even with this podcast, I feel like we got in our heads so much about certain things. Like, oh, we can't say this. We can't say that. We can't do this because we know, like, we don't want to give off
the wrong impression.
Right.
Like, almost as if we didn't want to give off it's like that thing of being in this world but not of the world. So we didn't want to come across too worldly, too like we doing too much, but also like we also didn't want to come across like so preachy, like, oh, they're Christians, because like, no, babe, we still make mistakes and we still.
Babe, I'm a follower of Christ.
I'm a follower of Christ. Listen here, I follow him to where he's leading me. We have not made it to the end of the journey, so it's like it's always finding that balance. Though I feel like in your 20s, it's always that season of like, I want to follow Christ, I want to do right, but also like when I'm doing so much following him, sometimes a part of me always feels like, man, I'm missing out. Yeah.
Like I'm not being true to myself because, and we're not even saying like we just be doing all this
Yeah,
stuff.
no.
But it's like at the same time, I hate that it's like even if we go out to a bar and we want to go get drinks, like it's like almost feel guilty in a way because it's like, baby, we be out on Saturday night. And we be at church the next day,
yeah. But then it's like when we're out, we had that moment where it's like, I don't want to go to church.
And right. We had that moment.
Yeah, but it's like, but I'm going to get up and go. And I feel like that's the balance for us right now. Like, yeah, we still want to go out and have fun, but we don't want to do too much where we come across like sloppy or just, and we going to get up the next day and go to church. Like, even when we don't feel like it. But I feel like for me, one of the like hardest things is like stuff that is very minute, like reading my Bible, praying all the time. Like, it's like I'll have a desire to do it, but then I'll also be like, but I don't feel like doing it today.
And that's how I am too, because I feel like everybody's like this. Like when you first get saved and you just super saved and you're like, girl, I'm reading my Bible. Like I done gave my life to Jesus Christ. So like I'm reading my Bible. I'm not cussing. I'm not drinking. I don't do nothing. Like don't even involve me in no mess. Like girl, I'm only praying. I'm only speaking to God and that's it. And I'm reading my Bible. Yes. Like don't talk to me. So I feel like that's how I was at first. And like I'm not even listening to secular music. Like girl, I'm not doing none of that. And I think it got to a point where it was like, girl, that's not you for real.
Yeah.
And I hate to say that because that sounds bad, because I'm not saying that that's not a good thing, or I'm not saying that if you do that, there's something wrong with it. Because even the other day we went to lunch and we was like, there was somebody reading the Bible and we was like,
yeah, like
why did we feel convicted?
Yes, convicted. And I feel like that's always the hard thing, because it's like, just because I'm not being the perfect model follower of Christ, like it doesn't mean I'm necessarily living a terrible life. It just means like, I don't know what it means. I can't even say what it means. It just means like I'm in a position right now where I'm not doing those things. Like I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like yes, like I've always grown up in church. Like my mom had us in church 24/7, babe. Like the church was open, we was at the church. But I had my time where I went to college and I was like, I'm on my own. I'm not going to church. I'm not waking up to go to church. I'm not waking up to listening to church. Like, no, ma'am. And then it always happens when you at your lowest point. And that's the one thing I will say is the blessing about growing up and knowing who God is. Because when I was at my lowest point, I went right on back to God. Not the church, but God. Like, I knew, like, this is the one person I can depend on. And you're right. At first, I was so on fire for Jesus. I was like, don't cuss around me. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't listen to that. I remember once I was on the phone in the car with my sister, and she was playing some gospel song. Y'all, I did not know the gospel song, but I just wanted to appear so like in my like dignity with Christ. I'm over there forcing myself to act like I know these words. Girl, you don't know this song. You don't even know the word. But it's just like, I don't know why we do that. But over time, like you said, it was just kind of like, this is not me. Like, in a way, I'm not gonna lie, I was unhappy. Like, I was low-key like, I feel like my life is boring. I don't do anything. I'm so like wrapped up in wanting to be on fire for Christ that I'm low-key losing myself.
Losing who I am.
And I feel like I'm always conflicted by that, because how am I losing myself by getting closer to Christ?
That's like, for real.
Anything, you should find yourself more, but...
Because I feel like how you said, like growing up, like you were in church, like that was the same thing for me. Because like I went to a Catholic school my whole life, from kindergarten to 12th grade. Like that's all. In church every Thursday, every Sunday. Like I had a theology class. Like girl, I was in the church, Word. Yeah. I was in the church. But like for me, and it's nothing, I'm not talking bad about Catholics, but for me, I never got really anything out of it. I really never felt like I had a strong relationship with God. Like I always had a relationship with God, but like for me, it wasn't like I could hear God speaking to me. It was just kind of like, this is just a routine. Yeah. And I feel like like you said, went to college, I was like, girl, I'm not going to church. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm on my own. I ain't got to do that. And then I finally found, you know, like you said, I feel like life started life, and I'm like, I need to get my life together.
Yeah.
So I found church, and you know, and like you said, I feel like I really don't know. I don't have the answers, and we're not gonna say
we don't have an answer.
And I don't know. It's like we still trying to find the balance. Like you said, I guess right now our balance for us is we just going to church on Sunday.
We go to church. We pray. You know,
pray.
I open that Bible sometimes. You know,
right. I'm not gonna lie to you.
And I feel like too, another thing that like is very perplexing. I feel like when I'm out, I don't do too much. Like, I am a very like kind of reserved kind of girl. Like, I'll have a bit of fun, but I don't do too much. But I feel like the people who are not aware of like what's going on, they have the most fun. Like the ones that like stuff that make me feel like, oh, I shouldn't do that because I believe in Christ. I don't want people to see like getting up, twerk out. I love to twerk. Everybody knows that. I love twerking. But I will never really twerk unless you catch me and I'm a little too. I will not be getting up to twerk. I will not be like dancing, like all of that. But it's like when I see other girls doing it, I'm like, they just seem so
that's so real.
Free, and it's just like I'm just sitting over here looking. I'm just bobbing
my head because that's all I do.
Right, when really it's like, no, I want to get up and do the same thing.
No, that's good, and I definitely agree because I remember saying that a few weeks ago. Like we had went out, and I was just like, I wish I was more, you know, out there.
Yeah,
and it's like, and it's nothing to do with, like we said, religion. I think it's more so of like, that's just who we are.
Yeah.
And kind of like how our parents are too. Like my mama, I know for sure my mama, and I think your mama too. Like they're both kind of just chill people. So I think that probably does have something to do with it. Cause like, I don't know, but even growing up, like, I don't know. I remember my grandma saying like, you don't need to be loud. Like that was just kind of ingrained in me. Like, you don't need to be loud. Like, you're a pretty girl, you need to be quiet. So
I don't know if anyone, no, actually growing up, I was like I've always been a very like opinionated type of child. Like kind of like, oh, I don't like that, or like, something about that seems wrong, and I would like voice my opinion on that. And not necessarily in my family, but like other adults would kind of see it as like me being disrespectful. And I think over time, like as you grow older, you might feel like that's not like causing self-harm, but if you hear so much, it's like, okay, maybe I do too much. And so I feel like it started to cause me to kind of like get quieter or shrink, and almost in a way where like I really did not want to be seen. Like I remember like for a while, like I would be like out with my friends and I would be like, stop doing that. Like, why are you yelling? But it's like, why am I with them doing it? They're not doing anything. They're literally just talking. They're literally having fun. But it's like, I always wanted to like seem composed in a way.
Right.
And it was just like, the only time I remember like me ever feeling like I could just be free to be me is literally, and that's why I try to control the drink. And whenever I'm drinking, I feel like I'm more like, I don't care who's looking at me. Like, I want to do what I want to do. But it's just like a regular day.
That's not me.
Yeah, that's not me. And it's just like, I don't know. Like, I always admire girls who are just like, no, this is me 24/7. Like, I twerk, I dance in public, I yell in public. Like, and it's just like, I admire that. Like, now I really just like, they're just so free. Like,
no, for real, they really are.
For real. And it's just like, it's just me. Like, okay. But, yeah. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
I feel like, as we keep going through our 20s and learning ourselves, and probably that frontal lobe develops even more, like we'll be like, girl, do what you want to do. Like, if you want to get up and twerk,
right.
Like, who cares?
It's not that serious. I think we're just too serious.
Very much overthinkers. So it's like, you might feel like, oh, I'm just dancing today, but then tomorrow I'm gonna be like, why did you do that?
Why did I do that?
Did you look crazy
I'm
doing
embarrassed.
that? Like, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. And I also feel like being in my 20s, a big thing that I've had to learn to balance is like boundaries with my family and even friends. Like learning, like, just because, especially with my mom, because I'm really close to my mom. Like, I talk to my mom every day. I call her all the time. But there are times when I call her and I might like want her opinion, but she'll give me an opinion that I don't like. Yeah, and then it's just like, okay, I don't want to talk anymore. But it's like, but you called her seeking the opinion, and I don't know. But and then there will be times where I don't want her opinion at all, and I'm probably just telling her a situation, and she gives it, and I'll just be like, why'd you have to say that? Like, and so it's just like learning that, like, I want to tell my mom this, but maybe right now I shouldn't. And my mom is very protective of me. So there'll be times where I'm just like telling her a situation, because I can be pretty nonchalant about certain things. So it'll be like, I'm telling her, but it's really like, I don't really care. I'm just saying it. Like, they did it, whatever, I'm over it. And she like goes into mama bear mode, like, don't let them do that. Like, you need to say this. And I'm just like, I don't care. You need to care. I'm telling you right now, if you don't care. But it's like, chill. Like you can't make me care about something I don't care about.
That's good. And I agree with you, like the boundaries, especially because like I am the oldest child. It's just me and it's my younger brother. And I feel like growing up, like I always felt like, and I'm not saying that anybody made me do this. I just think that's just kind of what happens when you're older a child. Like you just kind of take on that other role, like another mom role, another parent role. So I feel like I'm very protective of my brother. Like to the point where it's like I joked not too long ago for Mother's Day, and I told him like you need to give me a Mother's Day gift too because like I helped raise you.
Yeah.
But I think growing up, just being that older child, it is almost like you kind of just let a lot of stuff. You allow a lot of things to happen, and it's like you just kind of your feelings just kind of get pushed to the side. And I'm not saying, it's done on purpose. I think it's just kind of like being that older child. You just feel like you got to be the strong one, basically. Yeah. So I think growing up now, it's just kind of like I'm an adult now, like I'm 24 and you're actually like a functioning adult. Like I'm not just a kid anymore. Like, yeah, I'm still my mama's kid, of course. I'm still my parents' kid, but like my mama needs me sometimes, there's times where my mama needs me. There's times where my brother actually needs me and like they need me to step up, and it's almost like, dang, like I'm really an adult now. Like I can't just call my mom. Well, like of course you can call your mama, but it's like your mama might need you too.
Yeah. I feel the same way because like that's something that we always like bond about, the fact that we're both the oldest and we're sisters and we have a brother. And I think sometimes like growing up, I always kind of, actually I just had a revelation back to like me kind of speaking about, I don't know why sometimes I feel like I can't do certain stuff or I have to like present a certain image. I think it kind of goes back to like, and I don't think it was done intentionally, but sometimes I feel like as a child, I kind of had to take on a role that I didn't necessarily want earlier than I would have liked. So it kind of like matured me in a way where now it's like, sometimes it's like, you don't have to be so mature though. Like you don't have to appear so dignified. Like it's okay to be like, I want to have fun. I want to be goofy and silly. But yeah, talking about like, even with your parent, like having boundaries, like there are times like my mom will just like say something to me and make it seem like a suggestion, but it's not a suggestion.
Girl, she's telling you.
Yeah, it's her like telling you, and then it's always like me fighting with myself, like, okay, do I tell her that I don't want to do this? Do I come across, am I gonna come across as being wrong or not being there for my family if I say, hey, actually I'm not comfortable with that. Actually, I don't want to do that. And I think I always struggle with that. Like, where's that line of like, I don't want to seem like I don't care about my family and I don't want to be there, but also like I need to have my own freedom and space, and this is a situation that might take me out of that. So.
That's good. And I feel like, yeah, like just growing up, you just got to find those boundaries. Because I know, if, like me personally, like right now, like I'm not speaking to my father. Like that's a boundary that I have to set, and I just feel like, because you get to a point where you realize like, hey, like okay. Oh, what a bit. Because you get to a point where you realize, like, I am an adult and I don't have to tolerate this.
Yes.
And if I'm not comfortable with this, or if I don't like this, especially because I feel like I am an adult now. And if I'm communicating with you, like, hey, we're both adults now, actually. And if I'm communicating with you and I'm saying, hey, this is what happened, this hurt my feelings, I don't like this, and I need to see X, Y, Z. Yeah. And if you're still doing whatever you want to do, then it's like, okay, then I'm going to set these boundaries. And I feel like we're too old. We both old. We all grown now. Like, if it don't serve you, I'm just kind of at a point where if it doesn't serve you, then it just needs to go. Yeah. And that's with friendship. Like, that's with everyone.
Everybody, yeah. Because I feel like you said, everybody is at an age where we're old enough to know when we're doing something wrong. We're old enough to know, like, you're crossing the boundary. You're not caring about me. And I think for me personally, I do not hold on to that standard of like, oh, family is always family. No. If family disrespects me, if family plays with me too much, you can get cut off, because I'm not a step stool. I'm not here for you to play games with. I'm not a kid. I'm not a doll. Don't play with me. Like, keep it cute and I'll keep it cute.
So do you feel like your relationships have changed? Like from, let's say, like the beginning of your 20s to like now?
I definitely think so. I feel like, especially in the beginning of my 20s, I still kind of saw myself as a kid, especially because my family helped me out a lot. And I think like when you're in the beginning and you're getting especially financial help from family, it's that line of like, I want to say something because I don't like this, but also I don't know if you're helping me. I don't know if you're gonna punish me for what I'm about to say, or just feel like I have to take something because of the help. I feel like now, and not even just because I pay my own bills and I'm more mature. I think it's just also me being more mature and just being like, things can't change if you don't speak on them. So now, like, I kind of speak up more, like, no, I don't like that, or I don't agree with that, or hey, I wasn't calling you to get that, like, I just want you to listen. I don't
Girl,
want to hear you talk right now. Yeah,
that's
like,
so good. And like my mama would say, my mama is quick to say all the time, like, girl, I'm grown when it benefits her, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But she quick to be like, you're not grown till you pay all your bills. Like my mama is quick to tell me that, cause she still pays like my car insurance and stuff like that. So it's like I'm grown when it benefits her, but I definitely do like you said. Well, I know my mama would never do that to me. My daddy, that's a different story. But like the punishing, but it's like you said, I try, and I think because like I'm getting older too, like I'm getting more towards the mid 20s, late
Mm-hmm.
20s. It's like I try really hard not to even call my mom about certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, like sometimes I'm just talking. Like sometimes I literally, and that my best friend got that bad. Like I will just call him and just be ranting about something.
Mm-hmm.
Or like even if I'm talking about something financial and he be like, here.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not what I'm calling you for.
Yeah.
Like, can you just listen?
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes I think, I almost like I don't want people to see me as like a charity case. And I know that sounds so bad because it's like I'm always grateful for the help, of course. Like, and I know they only do it because they love me.
Yeah.
But it's like sometimes like I think people need to realize like sometimes I'm just ranting and I just want you to listen.
Yeah, just listen to what I'm going through. I understand that too. I feel like one thing about me, I do not like asking for help.
Right.
Like, I hate asking for help. Like, literally, me and my sister just had a conversation and we were just talking about something. And I was just like, yeah, like I'm struggling right now. And she's like, why haven't you said anything? And it's just like, I'm gonna figure it out.
That's
like,
literally the conversation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like at the end of the day, like what I'm going through is between me. I'm gonna figure it out. I don't know how I'm gonna figure it out, but I'm gonna figure it out. But she ended up helping me. And she also helped me to realize if you don't ask for help, people cannot help you. Like, people might want to help you because they love you, but if you never ask for it, but it's also just like, I never want to look, like you said, like a charity case, or like, I can't do things for myself. Like, and it's like, that makes me uncomfortable at times. Like, so, yeah. Okay, so let's end it with maybe like advice that you would tell your younger self.
Okay, so my younger self, I'm gonna say like 18, because like I feel like that's when I moved out the house and stuff. Okay. I feel like I would tell her like to just don't forget about yourself. Like don't, because like I said, at the time I was in a relationship and I feel like I gave my all. So don't forget about Ariana. Don't forget about Ariana's needs. Like don't put all your worth tied to this one person. Like you are still, Ariana is important too. And just live your life.
Yeah, I like that too. I feel like if I could give my younger self advice, it would be to make sure that the decisions you make I'm gonna do 18 as well. The decision you make at 18 is gonna reflect you right now at 28, 30, because I feel like at that time I was in a relationship as well. And I kind of like decided where I was going for college based on that relationship, like wanting to be with that person. And I made decisions almost as if we were an item and not as if I was just Deja.
That's good.
So I think if I could give my younger self advice, I would be like, make a decision that is going to satisfy Deja today, but also is going to satisfy Deja in 4 years, 10 years, 12 years. Just make sure that whatever decision you make is for you and not you thinking about that person and yourself as an item, but just remember who you are. So
that's so good.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so I feel like that was a lot, but it was good. I feel like it was a talk that was
a little deep.
Yeah, we did get a little deep. So I feel like it was a good topic, a good conversation. But now we're going to move into our new segment, Quiet Confessions. So we had someone else write us in, and she said, they said, it's a she, I think.
I think
it's a she too. Okay. I've been talking to this guy for 3 months, and I still don't know if we're actually dating or just consistently texting.
Okay, so is he taking you out?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like literally, girl, dating actually means a date is involved. Like, and not to be too harsh, but like dating, the word date isn't a word for a reason, because dating is how you get to know him. You can text someone consistently month after month, but after texting, that's a talking phase.
Right.
Then you
right.
move into dating, which is where he's now taking you on dates, because on dates is where now you get to learn his mannerisms, how he moves. You get to see, because when you're texting somebody, they can be whoever they want to be through text message. But when I'm face to face across from you, I can see like little quirks, like maybe when you lie, an eye kind of
Right,
like
right.
I can see stuff like that, or I can just see like, no, he's not being fully truthful with me. And I feel like that's dating. And for 3 months, girl, I'm gonna just tell you right now, a man knows within probably a month if he actually wants to date you and be with you. So I hate to say it, but if you're just texting him for 3 months, all you're doing is texting, and you're filling space for him until he finds the person, and you're worth more than being a space filler.
Most definitely. And I feel like you need to give him a well, girl, he didn't already pass his time, but if you haven't already, you need to say like, hey, you got 2 weeks to take me out.
Yeah. Or ask like, why has a date not occurred? Like maybe there's a reason, like maybe financially he can't do it or whatever. And I think you still, but ultimately with that, you still have to decide too, do I want to be with someone who financially can't really be in a relationship? So,
and I feel like that ultimately, like, it goes back to this society, because I feel like we're so quick to be like texting, like, oh yeah, we're talking, whatever. But because like it's almost like they think like, oh, you come to my house or I come to your house, like that's a date. No,
that's
it's not
a date. Yes, and yes, that's number 1 too, girl. Do not let the first date be in anybody's house.
No.
That's not a date.
Let him take you out, and then y'all can talk in person. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I definitely think like, girl, you need to, girl, don't let that man play with you.
Yes, so that's it for this episode of Quiet on Purpose. If you have any comments, suggestions, or topics that we should talk about, drop them down below in our comments or DM us. If you have any situation that you need our advice or opinion on, use the link in our bio to fill out the form. Remember, it's anonymous. So yeah, remember, these are our quiet opinions said on purpose. Bye.